Consider using, but is it viable in this composition with Sport, Baxia, and Carry? Seems like they're not picking it up yet here, so they are going to pick the Nana first.
Yeah, I think considering that Team Hawk has specifically banned out a lot of the roamer picks, Red Giants are making the correct choice to leave Yumes as hero for the very last so that they can fully counter whatever Team Hawk is bringing in. Because the Kaja ban is pretty specific, right? It makes you think that Team Hawk probably want to go for a bit more of a surprising, maybe high mobility pick. The Harp's already gone, the Fanny's already gone, but we do still have other assassins in the pool. Therefore, leaving the roam position open is going to be the best, especially since Stormy already knows his matchup, so the Nana is pretty comfortable for him here.
I know this is a little bit off the ballpark as well, knowing that just based off this draft coming from SRG, if we were to base it off Season 12, NC does play an S-Test with Baxia. And to be honest, the sustainability of Baxia isn't great. But however, SRG, they are in a very, very tight spot here. The Cho gets picked off, as well as the Sylvana jungle. All right.
I don't think it's the Sylvana jungle. I think it's
Sylvana
Sylvana
XP, right?
EXP.
Okay.
And then the Barats. A Sylvana into X-Borg.
Have you tried the Sylvana jungle?
No,
it's pretty fast.
Okay, we're gonna keep an eye on that. I'm not too certain where that is, but Sylvana is in a really awkward spot right now because a lot of players that I've seen online have regarded the more recent like Sylvana changes to her skill 1 actually a nerf because it reduces some flexibility. So it's interesting here that Team Hawk would decide to go for that. And we did kind of make a joke yesterday where when Subway picked Granger, that Granger would win a game before Arlet.
Okay.
If Sylvana wins a game before Arlet, I have no words.
I'm curious to see as well here, but at the same time, I want to see how Team Hawk pulls this off because this is by far the first Sylvana in the patch as well. Will it be able to pull it off? We don't know because as of yet, SRG brings in a very, very balanced draft here, and I'm really liking what I see right now.
Yeah, I definitely much prefer Selangor Red Giants draft. I think the Minotaur adds a really nice flavor to the end, and it's a pretty good way to counter any engagement Team Hawk might throw at them. The Sylvana is interesting. When you pair it up with the Cho and Barats, they have a lot of single target catch, but I don't know if it's going to be enough here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, day number 3 of the regular seasons here. We are starting things off with a bang, and that is going to be Selangor Red Giants versus Team Hawk. And right from the get-go here, this is a Sylvana jungle.
Yeah, looks like it. Janus already showing us his hero pool here. The Sylvana, oh, that was Concussive Blast there for his emblem choice. I'm pretty sure I saw the effect. So maybe we are going to see a tank Sylvana jungle. We'll find out very, very soon. But what is going to happen here is that very clearly off the bat, Red Giants have the much better team fight composition, and their early game pressure is going to be a lot more as well, because comparatively, Team Hawk will need a little bit of time to get their damage up and running.
No, I see where you're getting at, to be honest. But hold that thought for now, because top side, here's an attempt on the Innocent. He's taking a little bit too much damage. Sustain's good. One more HP, and Selangor is going to flicker for it. Takes Innocent down. He will gladly take his life now, but at the same time, uses only level 1. He can actually walk out scot-free. He doesn't get punished. Nothing they can do about this.
Team Hawk upping the tempo right away. This is a bit of a cheese gang coming into the gold lane because we're seeing a lot of teams nowadays not really putting a lot of attention towards the gold side of the map. So by doing that, they instantly give Sakin a good early game and make up for a little bit of that early game disparity in terms of their team compositions. Looking at the emblems here, yep, it does look like Janus is going for tank with that concussive blast and then the adaptive attack as well. I'm going to be very interested to see what his item build is by the end of this game.
Yeah, I'm curious to see as well. But the plus side of having a Sylvana is that, you know, Sylvana is great at clearing jungles here. Like, if we're talking about clear speeds here, he's definitely faster compared to Baxia. But in terms of rotation, Skies is going to have that advantage later on. But as of yet here, Turtle is about to spawn in about 5 seconds left. And both teams hasn't exactly made any preemptive measures to take priority for now.
Now, looks like Noir should be able to hit level 4 just a little bit sooner since he's able to clear up the midway faster. But I don't think Yuns will be too far behind. Again, I did mention that team fight-wise, Red Giants have the advantage, but if Team Hawk are able to get good pickoffs with their single target ultimates, that could really skew this fight in their favor.
Oh wow, Noir, level 4, he does have the kick very, very soon here. Yuns is very close to the Minon's range as well. They're hoping to stall a little bit more time before this Minotaur comes on in, and Team Hawk, they're just kiting here. It seems like they don't really want to overcommit to this play.
So we've seen the interaction as well between Barats as well as Baxia X-Borg in the past, where the X-Borg basically is just going to be the dedicated Barats food to make sure that the jungler never gets eaten up, and then he can basically pop out and use the last insanity if necessary. So Iris, his goal when they want to contest this turtle is going to be to try and find Skies as much as possible.
Oh boy, the kick comes in. Yums gets completely destroyed. They're all clumped up. Now Iris going to be gobbling up the X-Borg here as Cram going to be bursted down here. Firaga Armor is going to keep him alive. But meanwhile, the jump from Janus catches both. Cram gets out, but Skies walks into the trap and he will fall.
Excellent play by Team Hawk, and Noir once again showing us why Cho is one of his comfort picks, being able to find Yums there and then translate it into a team fight victory and the first turtle of the game. I already emphasized multiple times, Red Giants, they have the better team fight, but Team Hawk didn't allow them to get that 5v5 they were looking for. They upped the tempo, they found the pickoffs first, and that's going to give him a nice lead early game.
Hey, there was a lot of question marks here regarding Janus as a jungler. He pulled in the Savannah, and this is the power of what he gives to the table here. However, Noir now going for the kick here. Lexia Stormy taking a little bit too much damage. Does he have the passive? Yes, he will. He's going to be able to get out, so that's going to be the passive burn for now. Meanwhile, SRG, they're losing a lot of value pre-fight right now.
I'm really loving the aggression we're seeing from Team Hawk right here. And this... Oh, Janus!
Oh, Janus with the catch right now. Innocent getting person out here as well. The Purify gets him out to safety. But again, he's losing his lane here just because of the fact of so much emphasis on the gold lane by Team Hawk.
Yeah, Team Hawk has a firm understanding of how their team compositions will match up in terms of dynamic interaction here. Red Giants needs to be overall together. They want to fight around objectives, and Team Hawk is just not allowing that to happen. They are playing to their own tempo. They are making use of their cooldowns. Whenever Noir or Janus have their ults up, they are looking for a gank, and they are really keeping Selangor Red Giants on their toes.
Yeah, it's definitely a very difficult comp to play right now here. Even though Selangor Red Giants, they have a very easy comp here, but as long as, you know, Yums doesn't get the perfect opening, it's going to be very difficult here. But speaking of which here, Noir tried to extend the kick. Stormy flickers a way out here, but he is going to be tanking a little bit more. Meanwhile, bottom lane as well. Hawk makes a dive on towards Cram. Cram, he's going to be caught out by Janus. No way he survives this. Gets completely shut down. And Team Hawk, again, with a 4-0 lead 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, this is excellent here. And the fact that Noir is able to escape from that with his life intact as well means that Team Hawk is continuously trading up. They've gotten the bot tier 1 in only 5 minutes, and that's where the turtle is going to be spawning, so they have absolute map control. The Red Giants, they're not too far behind yet in terms of net worth, but they really need a big team fight to go in their favor right now, or this snowball is going to go out of control.
Oh my goodness, Noir, he's everywhere and anywhere, but he is going to pay with his life. No, he survives, and he's going to be A-okay. Top lane, a lot of taking a lot of scrutiny here about the turtle fight as well. Team Hawk will be able to get out here. They force Cram out with the insanity, and he's going to be able to get out. This is, you know, a little bit of bounce back here, but Sake now in a little bit of a green spot. He will get caught out from the rotations of Selangor Red Giants.
Yeah, Sakin definitely a little bit too far out at that point. It's pretty clear where the Selangor Red Giants are going to be pathing. No reason for him to be that far up in the lane, but it's understandable there'd be some greed. With that, though, Team Hawk, their net worth lead has now narrowed down to 1k. We see the Guardian helmet onto Janus, so very much going for a frontline tanky style Sylvana build here, which I think makes sense considering the current meta. Things are still pretty even. Despite the activeness of Team Hawk, the Red Giants are starting to scale up, and now it's going to be a lot more dangerous for Team Hawk to just jump in and try to get pickoffs.
I like how you finally swung you switched your sides a little bit here, considering that, you know, Selangor Red Giants, you were a little bit skeptical here. They needed to do something, and guess what? As soon as they knew it was a 3v4 situation, Selangor Red Giants, they understood the opportunity. They just took it.
we're basically seeing a situation of a team fight composition versus a pick-off composition. And I think it doesn't need any explanation for anyone watching to know which is stronger in what situation.
And now, speaking of which as well, here comes the kick again. Cram loses his shield, but again, no follow-up yet. They don't really want to overcommit to this here. Saken now in a little bit of trouble here. Selangor Red Giants, they have pretty much identified that the top side is going to be a big problem, considering that Innocent has been taking so much pressure away from the rest of the team here. So this time, they are going to try and make sure that he gets the space to do it this here. Mid tower now in a little bit of trouble. Stormy will pop the passive, and now Jan is forced to use his auto preemptively to back off. Sky's also going to be diving the back lines of Team Hawk, but that's going to be a clean disengage from Team Hawk.
Yeah, very good disengage here from Team Hawk. You can see that the Red Giants are trying to force the engagement, but there is a good amount of peel here, and the Red Giants, a lot of their catch is dependent on this Minwu and Fury, which is much better as a counter-engage tool overall, but here we go.
Oh, Iris going for the gobble here. Cram not going to get slammed to the wall. He still has armor. He pops Insanity. Noir going to be chipped away, but guess what? No value from the armor, but the turtle will be stolen by Janice instead.
Janice just stands there, presses the retry at the perfect timing, and is able to secure the turtle once again. Innocent going to make the wise choice to back off down here, even though the tower is very close to being taken out, just to make sure that he doesn't meet a similar fate to Saken earlier. Red Giants are doing a good job of responding, but I do like that Team Hawk has adjusted to this. They're no longer playing quite as aggressive, and they're trying to manipulate the positions of their opponents to set up for their pick-off gameplay.
Well, based on the statistics right now, you talk about predictions, right? Team Hawk currently 50% win during the mid-game. So you talk... Pretty much Selangor Red Giants has pretty much evened the score despite losing out the turtle engagements here. So the biggest threat so far should be Noir, I guess. Like, his pickoffs and kicks has been annoying to deal with for Selangor Red Giants. But hold that thought for now here. Attempt coming from Janice as well. Yums pops the Benon's rage as well. Knocks them all out. They need to get out. Innocent is there to completely chip away. He's going to be left unattended. But Noir going for the reset. But look at this. He's going for the concealed counterplay. As Selangor Red Giants, they managed to burn out everything and get absolutely nothing for that trade.
Yeah, the coordination from Team Hawk has been excellent this game. They're forcing Red Giants to use so much utility every single time, and they're just not getting anything in return.
Oh no, Noir going for the kick again, but no! He got stunned by Yums at the last second, could not find the angle, and that's gonna be Team Hawk saying, you know what, we gotta respect this. This is the Giants we're talking about.
Yeah, but the Giants right now are definitely being toppled here. Team Hawk, yes, some of their catches are not being successful, but they're also not being punished for it either. Because again, the Minotaur is not that good at catching this team. They need Team Hawk to be the ones fighting into them 5v5, and Team Hawk are just deciding, well, we're not going to do that. We know that's where you're stronger.
Yeah, indeed here, Lord Dance is about to begin as well. Sky's level 12. Iris already going to popping the shield on towards Crab. He's going to be A-okay. The Lord has been expended by Lixia. That means that is going to be a little bit of small opportunity for SRG to fight right now. They're trying to build up on Cram's armor here. Lord down towards 50%. And Noir looking for the kick, but Yums cancels him off, pops the Minon's rage, messes up the combo. Noir gets the kick away, but at the same time, Cram, they will be able to burst them all down, and that is going to be SRG completely cleaning the floor. What a setup by Yums.
Yeah, really well done there. Team Hawk, this is literally what we were talking about. Don't fight the 5v5. They started things off very well by cleaning up the Firaga armor to avoid the last insanity, and then zoning with Iris in front. But Janice, after securing the Lord, should have... Oh my goodness!
Oh my god! What is that damage? They lose Stormy's passive, and just like that, now they're going for more. Oh! Forces even the flicker. Stormy, what were you thinking?
Unfortunately, the Nana doesn't quite have enough damage yet to really threaten Saken and Lexia. They're keeping their wits about them here. Even though they did make a mistake in taking that previous Lord fight, they are instantly back with their heads in the game, making sure that they're sidestepping abilities. And we can see Noir already positioning aggressively to see if they can catch anyone out again.
Hey, Janus has been very, very on point with his retreat so far. However, I agree with you what you say as well. Like, Team Hawk, they may be good mechanical and all the micro details here, but it all comes down to the setup here. Noir not getting the perfect setup means that Team Hawk will lose the overall team fight, like you said.
Yeah, they really should not be looking for team fights at all. This is a team composition that needs to split up the Selangor Red Giants and then pick him off one by one. Right now, we are approaching the point in the game where it is a little bit difficult to force people to separate away, especially since they do still have Cram on the Red Giant side. With his Firaga armor as a safety net, he should be careful here though.
He's thinking again, like Noir has tried this twice now. Going for a third time, he's debating like, that's not worth it. Like kicking Cram isn't exactly going to be useful this time, considering that we are entering the late game stage. However, Lexia looking to try and pop Cram's armor preemptively, but again, they're just debating whether or not they should or should not. Iris, however, needs to be a little bit careful here. He doesn't have the stacks. That's the smallest dino I've ever seen so far.
Yeah, he's going to need to stack that back
up.
up.
But the kick! He's going to try to make an attempt as well. Cram gas person down, but he's going to be able to disengage, and SRG straight away. They come in for the backup, but Team Hawk, they back off. They expended Lixias out as well. This is not a good time to fight, but Team Hawk, they are going to push the limit for now. Noir taking a little bit too much damage than intended here. And this is going to be a big problem for Hawk soon.
Yeah, Innocent is starting to scale up. Team Hawk are still playing very smart. They go in, break the Firaga armor, realize that Red Giants are coming, and instantly disengage. That is the correct play to make, but we are now seeing the problems and why a lot of teams just don't play pick-off compositions anymore. Once you reach mid to late game, everything is about team fighting, and they're not quite able to put up a direct 5v5. Looking at the itemization, both marksmen actually not going for any wind of nature. It's just full damage completely, which is interesting considering that you think Innocent at least would feel a little bit more fear considering the amount of pick-off Team Hawk have.
Yep, interesting enough here, Cram, he's opted to go for the War Axe as well, Brute Force Blessing, and the Oracle on top of it all. So he's got a lot of sustain, so it makes a lot of sense why he's getting so much pressure up in front as well, because of the fact that he's got so much cooldowns. You know, every time Team Hawk comes in, the stakes are always 100% online, and this is going to be a big problem for Hawk, because do they deal with Cram or do we deal with the rest? Noir now going for the kick, however, doesn't follow through with the combo. The rest of the team knows that it's not a good fight. Skies is not the first target they want to pick off right now.
I feel like they could have done some damage to the Boxia though. Not sure if not following up was the correct play. Cram did just finish his Ice Queen's wand, so that's actually going to be even more difficult now for Team Hawk because they really value their mobility to get in and out of situations quickly.
Well, the Lord gets resetted as well. The Team Hawk doesn't want to commit to this fight unless Noir has his ultimate here, so they are still kiting their way through before this next upcoming fight. But seeing how this is going here, Cram again still being extremely annoying, and Team Hawk, they haven't been able to get an angle to flank the back lines, and Innocent is just so protected, and it's either by Cram zoning the front lines, you've got Yumes as well as Boxia just so tanky, and Team Hawk finally realizes that maybe SRG is just too tanky for them to actually burst off.
Yeah, I feel like when you're at this point, the idea would be to start split pushing some lanes. Unfortunately, with Sylvana and Barat, their split push pressure is not very good. It's virtually non-existent. Therefore, they have no choice but to try and contest objectives against the Red Giants, and that is where the Red Giants want them to be, in a situation where they're forced to run into them as a death ball, as long as Innocent is able to hide behind his bulk.
Oh no, you say about hiding right here. Like I was about to say, they haven't figured out where Innocent is. Now, with Noir getting a little bit of sense here, Team Hawk, they might need to dispurify before he makes the play here, but the concealed play comes in. Noir looking for the kick, but no! He misses the kick. He's going to zone Skies instead, and they are going to win the retry battle. Janice secures it, and now Team Hawk, they need to get out. Cram will find Janice, and that's going to be Innocent finding one, finding two, and that's going to be two down for Hawk. They secure the Lord, but they lose two members in the process.
Going for the kick onto Skies is probably the smart choice in that situation, because it's unlikely that they would be able to get the kill on Innocent, and even if they did, they'd have to full commit to it, meaning that there's no way for them to escape from Stormy and Cram. It allowed Janice to secure the Lord, but we are reaching the point now where the Selangor Red Giants are a little bit too big. There's no way for Team Hawk to actually win out these big team fights. And even if they got the Lord, it shouldn't be too much problem for the red side to just clear it out.
Yeah, it's a big problem. Like, I see where you're getting at as well. Where's the damage going to come from? Because we've got 3 meat shields coming from Team Hawk, and we've got 3 meat shields from Selangor Red Giants. Innocent pretty much has the biggest value so far, and Team Hawk has been very smart. Okay, we can't win this damage battle. You know what? Let's just at least win the Lord battle and hope and pray that Selangor Red Giants make some mistakes.
That's basically all they can do. At least if... Oh,
Okay, seems like the kick comes in. They are going to burst down the armor again, but instead, Noir got caught out. The combo from Lexia is not good enough, and they are losing a little bit too much damage here. Innocent almost killing off Janus. He gets out, and now Iris going to be going for the Daytona's welcome to try and gobble up, but the power of what Carry brings to the table, the true damage, just completely shutting Hawk down.
the one consolation is that with all 5 members of Red Giants fighting that, Team Hawk actually just get a free inhibitor down bottom lane because they were able to set up 2 cannon minions to push that down. So Red Giants do still need to be somewhat careful here. The structure game is still going to be the main priority. While they are basically guaranteed to win almost any team fight against Team Hawk at this point, if Team Hawk do a good job of manipulating the macro, they still have good chances. It's just that team fights are not going to be fun.
Well, it seems like we do have a little bit of...
Other lanes, it's very tough for Team Hawk.
Well, seems like game is on right now. And of course, again, Team Hawk pretty much winning all the retribels thus far. And this is going to put Skies in a very awkward position, right? Considering that Skies was the hot shot from Season 12, and now he's getting completely shut down by Janus in every retro battle. But, of course, you have to give props to Noir. Noir just making sure that he doesn't win it at all. Meanwhile, now Skies going to be zoning this off tier 2 Wolf Fall, and Team Hawk seems like they have no choice but to just respect and wait for SRG.
I do like that SRG, even though they definitely have the advantage right now, are not really trying to muscle in with their 5-man because they know that they need to keep track of the positioning of Noir and Janus. And if they can bait Team Hawk into using their tools first, then Red Giants will basically come out on top anytime. What I do worry about with this approach is that the longer it takes, the more opportunity Team Hawk is given to perhaps swing the game in their favor. We already saw games yesterday where teams had clear advantages, but didn't try to push in to end the game because they wanted to play safe and respect their opponents. And then the game went an extra 20 minutes longer.
Well, speaking of extra 20 minutes here, we are about to hit the half marker. He's going as well. Iris starts things off with the Daytona's welcome. They are going to try to burn through the shields here, but he does have the immortality. Noir getting caught out as well. He's going to try and burst him down, but Yooms with the Minon's rage catches the backline, shuts down Noir, shuts down Socket, and now they're all scrambling to survive. Janus, can he survive? He sidesteps into the purple buff, but Crab is just extremely annoying. He's trying to sustain and keep himself alive, but it's not going to do it any good as SRG just shuts them all out. Lord will finally fall into the hands of Selangor Red Giants.
Yep, disaster has happened here for Team Hawk, and Red Giants, they've just been waiting for this all along. The cooldown time is still long. They're pushing straight in.
Iris now getting focused now. He goes for the Daytona's welcome. He has the immortality and the Winter Trunket. He's gonna buy time, but what can he do? There's just so much damage from Innocent. Finally, 6-1 on 3 on this carry, and he is making it work despite all odds. And now Noir, last attempt here with the pickoff. 3v5 needs to go in for the kick. Yooms with the second Minon's rage. He catches them all. It's over. It's done. Selangor Red Giants takes game 1.
A beautiful game by both teams, honestly. I feel like we have witnessed textbook execution of 2 different styles of drafting. Unfortunately, in this current meta, where that late game is all about team fighting, all about securing macro advantage and getting neutral objectives, a pickoff composition just isn't going to push it. And the Selangor Red Giants are able to play to their strengths and secure victory in game 1.
Wow, what a slow start. I was